Hello guys, and thank you for choosing to watch another video of mine for RUSE multiplayer match. This time I'm gonna show you guys another battle which is by far much harder than the last one, which was in the map called Frontline. In case I got A, B, C, F, E, A, whatever. Now I'm gonna play against someone called Nemesis, and it's called Nemesis for a good reason. I'm gonna show you why. So Mr. Nemesis starting here, while I'm on the other side over there. Let me just spin the map around a little bit. So yeah, I started sending, the Pioneer, which are like engineer trucks, should I say, to build supply depots here and there. And our friend is doing the same. Supply depots gets you all the cash or supplies, well, not called cash, you need to build units and buildings and to upgrade your units. Okay guys, I'm gonna increase the speed of the game. I use this RUSE, which you can see on the top of the units, called Blitzkrieg, which makes the units go faster. As you can see at 1. They're at speed, normal speed, they're really moving faster. Cogs. As you can see here too. He used it on his units, so they're moving faster. All of the ruses are temporarily though. Just remember that. There's all kinds of ruses. There's a ruse to make your unit disappear, they the enemy can see them or identify them. There's a ruse to reveal the player's orders to his units. There's a ruse to make your buildings also disappear, so he cannot attack them. Now let's get this more interesting. So he built a barracks, and he took over a lot of supply depots. He sent a jeep, which is not really an armored scout at all, but he has a lot of GI. And I have started hidden in the city. When they're flashing like that, know that they're hidden. And I learned my lesson. Infantry can only be hidden if they're deep in the forest. If, for example, they're hidden somewhere here, they'll be seen. They must be deep. By the way, I can show you guys his units and stuff because I'm neutral. But if I'm really playing, I'll not be able to see his units. And for example, these units will be disappeared, and units moving here will be like light units or heavy units, but I won't know what type of units he's using. Yeah, these units here, they'll be real pain in the ass, and I'll show you why. I was afraid that he would attack me from this side, but I didn't have a lot of cash to build more units. As you know, German units are really expensive, but I built a machine gun nest here, so just in case he tries to be funny. Flak 20mm, which is good against planes and bombers in large numbers. It's always a good idea to hide in the forests. Brought artillery 75. It's not really that good against moving units, but it will get the job done. So he moves this ship here, and I didn't want to attack it. I didn't want to reveal my units. So he starts attacking here too. He starts sending my infantry. For some reason I didn't want to move my Eastern Grenadiers. I moved them at the minutes too late. And he didn't really suffer a lot of casualties. He didn't suffer any casualties at all. Well, just one soldier died at the unit, or two, but that doesn't count as anything. His entire unit must die. Yeah. As you know, the infantry unit has more than one soldier in it. So he lost 3 or 4 soldiers, which is bullshit. another flak. Meanwhile, he was building tanks as I did. Sherman tanks are the American advanced mini tank. They're good in large numbers. And I upgraded my tanks so I was able to build Tigers as I did, you know, build Panzer IVs, for example, like this one. When you upgrade a unit, like for example upgrade a tank, that doesn't mean you cannot build the older version of the tank. You can also do. Now this is what will cause me serious pain. The import is like heavy advanced American artillery, which will cause me a lot of trouble. I also decided to send a bomber, but for some reason he changed his mind. Well, he did attack me with the bomber, but didn't do a lot of damage. He was able to spot my storm grenades because they weren't really hidden enough in the forest, and I tried to take over the supply depot, which was a big mistake. Big mistake, sorry about that. As you can see, I have 3 units here and 2 units there. His artillery, of course, is by far more superior than mine. I still didn't upgrade my artillery, which I will do in a second. So he's shelling my forces here. I'm sure he used a ruse or something to reveal my units, or because I don't know really how he managed to spot them. They should be hidden first, like these units. But yeah, okay, that's why. Scout units can reveal other hidden units, even if they're hidden in the forest. I forgot to mention that. Now he sends some bombers, causes some casualties, destroys my flak. He loses 2 bombers, which is really not bad. I wish this one was fallen. That gave me like 1 point extra. I couldn't attack the supply depot and destroy his trucks, you know, getting him cash, because I'll be ambushed by his IG and will destroy my tanks. I should have done that, I know, but excuse me guys, but I'm getting fucked by shitload of artillery. So desperately I used decoy attack and revealed his units, which wasn't really successful. I took over the supply depot, which was a big mistake with my storm grenadiers, because then my units, because then they were able to destroy my own supply trucks. And I told you guys, I tried to attack him with the Panzer IV, but it got destroyed. So what a shame. Yeah, he attacked me with his tanks. I mean with his bombers, caused a lot of damage. Now he's sending in his main attack. And I don't really have enough force to stop him. He outnumbers me big time. I use my fierce ruse, as I call it. It's not really called fierce, but I call it that. To force my units to fight it to do this. I take more, you know, casualties, and it looks like he's gonna win. He's flanking me from this side and from this side. So out of being desperate, I launched a desperate attack with 2 tanks here, which I didn't really think would change anything in the battle, but it did. This unit cost 50 to build, 50, you know, supplies. So if I destroyed one, I'll get 50 points. So as you can see, he's pushing me back. That's a mortar. That's like an advanced, the strongest artillery German have, which was incredibly expensive to build. The American artillery, you know, artillery in general, aren't that good against tanks at close range, so I was raping them. Oh yeah, that felt so good. I took out his artillery, bam bam bam. See, in a matter of seconds, you know, all of this changed. And I used the ruse against his infantry to make them run. Goodbye suckers. And out of being desperate, he decided to launch an attack on me. But it was too late. I managed to escape, and without losing a single unit. He sent me against me M19, like I should have taken them out, because they stand no chance against tanks. What was he up to? I think he was desperate. And I won the game. Yeah, that was a hard one, as you can see.